The Supreme Court announced that it is taking up two major cases.
The first involved regulations over a medication commonly used for abortions. Judges will hear appeals from the Biden administration asking the court to reverse a ruling imposing restrictions on the drug Mifepristone. It's the highest court's first abortion case since overturning Roe v. Wade. The court is also reviewing a ruling related to the January 6th Capitol riot. It'll look at the obstruction of an official proceeding charges against three defendants. CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford joins us now. Jan, we're going to start with January 6th. Talk to us about this case and what it could mean for the hundreds of charges stemming from the Capitol riot.
Well, yeah, I mean, the prosecutors have used that federal law to charge all these people in connection with January 6th. Three of them have brought their cases to the Supreme Court and say that that law should not apply to them, that Congress passed it in the wake of the Enron scandal, and that it applies to, like, documents and paper materials and things like that. And what prosecutors done here, they say, is take a criminal law and really expand it out to cover all kind of other conduct. And they say that is unconstitutional. Now, this case, while it's just about these three defendants here, as you said, could affect hundreds of other defendants who faced a similar charge, and also former President Donald Trump. That is a big part of the case that the special counsel has brought against him as well. So, you know, the timing of this case, I think, is going to be very interesting. It's a very hard case.
And as we look at the abortion drug case, Mifepristone, again, a case that could impact so many people across the country. Explain why it is so significant, especially in states where abortion remains legal right now.
Well, the issue here is whether I think the most common method of abortion is going to be readily available for women across the country, and that is medication abortion, the abortion pill. Opponents are saying that one of the drugs that's used in that pill was wrongly approved by the FDA. A lower court agreed with part of that argument and restricted how this drug could be used. So it would have big implications for people who get this pill by mail, and also who just would even go to a clinic to get the pill. It would really potentially limit their access to it, particularly if they can't get it by mail anymore. Again, this is also a really hard case, and one I think that the court may never even reach the merits on. There's a big issue of standing and whether or not the parties actually have the right to be challenging this pill. So I could really see the court in this case saying, you know what, this case is not properly before us, and of course, then that pill would remain available, until another legal challenge came up.
That's
now,
interesting.
the other case is a different issue. That the court will have to reach that case on the January 6th.
Do you have a prediction or a sense of reading the tea leaves on how they might rule?
Like I said, it's a really hard case, and it deeply divided the lower court. There were three judges on that appellate panel. All three of them had a different view of it. I think this is a case, though, right now, and again, I hate to predict before we've even had oral arguments, but I think that it's a really good argument that a law that Congress passed in the wake of the Enron scandal simply doesn't. It's hard to stretch that to cover the kind of violence that we saw. People going into the Capitol, even if the words sound like it looks like they're obstructing an official proceeding. If that obstruction was intentionally targeted to documents and things that you would think of with Enron, that may be a bridge too far. That's the argument. And looking at the justices on the court, I think that there's going to be a lot of sympathy to that argument. There's real concern about prosecutors kind of cherry-picking criminal laws and then using them to cover conduct that Congress may not have intended. Of course, now this is a big one, and it will have a huge impact on former President Trump.
Yeah, well, we'll continue to watch all of this closely. Jan, great to get your perspective on these big cases. Thank you.